Hey there, I got this new tripod for my phone, and so I thought I'd make a small video instead of typing out a bunch of paragraphs that no one will understand anyway. Because of me, not because of y'all. Hopefully you can hear I got a guitar rig going. It's got a like a tweed, just so there's no reverb or delay, so you'll be able to hear you. So yeah, I just want to talk. One thing you can do for your right hand coordination. I got a metronome here. You're talking about doing eighth notes. That's actually 132 because mine skips like 4 beats. Bum 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 bum. You can do that. And then so one thing you can do is shredders use this lick for alternate picking called. They call it the Paul Gilbert lick or the Paul Gilbert exercise. Anyway, you take any two adjacent strings. It could be D and G, or it could be B and E. In this case, we'll do B and E. So start with B, 7, 9, 10, 7, 10, 9, 7. I'm using my pinky here. It doesn't, you can do this. Now, I'm using my just for a second. I use my hand. Everything is up down, alternate picking. I use all kind of different pickings. I use where legato, hammer-ons and pull-off, and I use economy picking where you use down like that too. But for right now, for what we're doing, everything just strict up down, okay? So you get that thing, and let's get that 130, 3, 4, dun, 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 dun. Now, I got off time there because I couldn't hear the metronome once I started singing and playing. Now, singing is going to help you tons because you're more rhythmically in your head with the singing than you will be on your guitar. A lot of people don't realize that, and that's why when you ever see people playing and they're making like a little weird, they're singing. So you can. And then here's another, I think, mistake that people make when they're playing. Is that when they're going up and down, you're trying to, and people teach you this. I've had teachers teach me this, and it may work for a lot of people. I'm just telling you what works for me. When they try to keep that motion as strict as possible, because you don't want to waste motion, right? So well, the problem is when you jump that string, when you're going down, up, down. Now you got to jump a whole string, come up, up. Alright, well, when you do that, you have to make more of a distance. So now you're interrupting. To me, everything has to be it's got to be just like a clock. So your range of motion needs to be the same always. So if it takes you that much distance to change strings, then when you're on one string, you still need to use that much distance, right? So instead of, it's always the same. Okay, and to me, I can even go faster because I get a little swing. You get the weight behind it a little bit, And don't worry about, really getting the speed as long as you're getting some kind of rhythmic. As long as you got a rhythmic flow going. And so then what you want to do is you take your metronome and instead of having it, let's say at 130, or if it's like 5, 5, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, take it out, back it down. We're gonna go to, let's say 72 right now, and we're still going to be the same BPM, but now, and this will be a little bit faster, but your BPM now, your metronome sounds now, okay, that's your snare, that's your 2 and your 4, okay, tap, 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 then we're doing eighth notes, right? Na 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 And it adds some swing, man. It adds some kind of flavor to you that's very good because you have to find the one and you have to find the three. It helps out tremendously. If you don't have a metronome, do your foot on the 2 and 4. It's a lot harder than you think at first, but once you get into it, it really does improve your rhythm, which you may not be interested in right now. But once you get that proficiency, if you can add that swing and that feel to it, it's going to help you out a ton. And so one problem that you'll have with this particular exercise I showed you, doing eighth notes, is this is meant for shredders to do sextuplets, right? So so it's the 2s and 3s. It's not going to match up, but that's good. It keeps you on your toes, and you're like, wait, why is my beat not coming back in on? And it makes you not lose focus. But you're welcome to try, and I recommend come up with some other. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to. People do the that, or you can just do that position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whatever it is, I recommend that you come back to that same note on your 1 and make sure it's a downstroke. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have an even amount of so if we're doing 4/4, you can have eighth notes. You can have 8 notes, and then come back in on your 1 on the downstroke to start it. Doesn't matter what you play. Doesn't matter strings, but skip a string. Make sure you're not just doing one string, because that tends not to be useful. Even just one string change, so as long as you can learn to play the string and then the other string. So that's what it is, man. Any kind of finger exercises, left hand is very adaptable. It's like you said, the coordination of the 2, that's the problem. So any exercise that has you coming in, downstroke on the 1, and the same pattern as such, use the metronome as your 2 and your 4, and make sure the distance you have on your right hand is always the same. Don't take more of a distance to jump a string. And what I do is different people. You talking about Troy Grady? Some people, he does that pick slant. I do a little bit of that, but notice when I do that. I'm almost like swing out a little bit. And so even if I get going fast, and I never have a situation where I need to play much faster than that. But I'll still have a pretty good solid width going there. So hope that helps. If you have anything that you'd like to question about this or have me clarify, I will be glad to, sir.